Hello there boys and girls, my name is Paul Verizes and welcome to my Clue Scroll Ironman series Hound Hunt, where the aim is extremely simple: obtain the bloodhound pet, starting on a fresh level 3 Ironman account.
So, just in case you missed the previous episode of Hound Hunt, I decided to switch things up a little bit and finally get around to knocking out another clue milestone reward in the form of the heavy casket after 200 elite clues. And as per usual, for all the elite clues, we knocked out a ton of Sarachnis KC, so much so they were actually now ranked in the top 10 Ironmen for Sarachnis on the high scores. And then also, from doing all the hard clues that we got from Sarachnis, we actually managed to pick up the second piece of 3rd age on the Ironman by grabbing a pair of 3rd age range legs on 488 hard clues. Hey, how's it going guys, and welcome back to episode number 73 of Hound Hunt. So, as you guys would have just seen from the recap, as well as hitting the clue mega rare table for the 5th time on the account now, we finally got ourselves 200 elite clues completed. So unless Jagex ever get around to making elites any less stinky, that means every single one from now on is going to be traded straight in for a master. So as well as hopefully knocking out a ton of master clues this episode, I also really want to get around to finishing off a goal that I've been putting off for well over a year now, and finally get myself level 95 Slayer to unlock the alchemical Hydra. As frankly, I think it's pretty embarrassing to still be knocking around with a pair of Barrow's gloves when our melee gear on the account is looking pretty decent now. And on the way to grinding out the 2 Slayer levels that we need, I'm also going to try and do as many of the combat achievement tasks as possible, as one day I do want to get the elite tier completed for the bonus 5% chance to receive clue scrolls, which if we do have to go anywhere near the drop rate for the bloodhound will save us a ton of hours. But before we get on with all that Slayer, I think we do need to open ourselves at least a few master caskets, as I am craving cracking some open after all those stinky elites last episode. So, definitely safe to say, not the best master clues to kick us off there, but either way, I think that it's finally about time that we crack on with that Slayer and Combat achievement grind. And to start us off, I do have a little bit of a Blue Dragon task to finish off, which we will be doing over at Vorkath. And if you guys have been here a while, you might remember back to when we first did Vorkath about a year or so ago now, where we actually got the head on 2 KC. And for the Elite Combat achievements, the longest task at Vorkath is to get 50 KC, so this shouldn't take us too long. Hey, and there we go. Took a few tries there, but with that spawn dead, that is our first Elite Combat task at Vorkath done. And just like that, as if no time has passed at all, there is 50 KC for one task, and also another one for killing Vorkath by only using melee weapons. And I'm sure I will be back one day to Vorkath for all of the uniques and the pet, but for now, that'll do. So next up, I went and grabbed myself a Kraken task, and I thought that I might as well try and knock out the final master task that we need from here, which is to kill 100 Krakens without leaving the instance. And so just like that, there is all of the Kraken combat tasks completed. Hey, so pretty proud of myself for not missing this one, but there is level 94 Slayer, so it's just one more level to go now before we unlock our final Slayer boss on the account. And honestly, I've got no idea what it is with Fire Giant tasks, but I swear every single time we grab at least one curve bone from here. Oh, okay, so that is our first gargoyle task for quite a while now, which means that I think it is finally about time that I go ahead and stop putting off doing Grotesque Guardians. I am yet to kill a single one on the account. And so the longest elite combat task without a doubt from here is to get 250 KC, and along the way we should pretty easily be able to complete all the other medium, hard and elite tasks as well. Well, that was pretty easy. Literally just got done with the very first trip, and there is 9 out of the 15 combat tasks from Grotesque done already, with the only 2 left that we need for the elite tier being 100 and 250 KC in total. And through this little Slayer grind, I think that we should get ourselves enough XP to finally get max combat stats on the Ironman. And conveniently, there is level 98 defense, so it's just one more level to go now for our 6th level 99 on the account. And with that defense level, that is also 124 combat as well now. And I'm pretty sure that I do actually have enough bones in the bank for level 99 prayer for 126 combat, but that is definitely a grind for another video. Well, that right there is our first unique from Grotesques other than the dust, and I don't think I'm ever going to use these, but at least it is another log slot ticked off. 100 KC out of the way, so just 150 more before I can leave this awful place. I thought that was the core for a second then. Oh dear, I got hard baited by the beam. That is a jar of stone there. I think that's a 1 in 2k. So yeah, not quite as rare as the pet, but not really sure how to feel about that one. I mean, maybe one day we'll go for the full jar set, I guess. I mean, maybe the Jar of Darkness might be a little bit out of reach, but I guess I'll take that. It's another thing ticked off of the log, another 1.2 mil there, so yeah, can't be too mad, I guess. And again, as if no time has passed at all, that is 250 KC, probably my least favourite boss in the game. And similar to Vorkath, I will be back here one day for the pet, but hopefully that day isn't anytime soon, as this place absolutely stinks. Okay, so just a little disclaimer here, guys, in case you're wondering what that little code is on my screen. These upcoming clips were recorded during my 4th community bingo event, where roughly 50 members split between 6 teams were competing for 750 mil in total for the prize pool. And I was planning on releasing this episode just after the 10-day event had finished, but unfortunately, over those 10 days, I probably had one of the worst spells of luck on the account so far, and so I didn't really get any clips at all, despite putting in a stupid amount of hours. So on day number 1, I actually lucked out and grabbed a jar from Zora, securing a nice 200-point tile for my team, and also a nice new jar display from our POH, alongside the one from Grotesque that we got a few days prior. And then next up on the following day, I went ahead and cracked myself open a couple of Master Caskets, but as you guys can see, unfortunately, we didn't get anything too great to write home about. So on day number 2 and 3, I did do myself a little bit more Slayer, and actually got a Dust Battle Star from a superior Dust Devil, which is actually really annoying, as one of the hardest tiles in the whole event was to get either an Imbued Heart or an Eternal Gem, but once again, unfortunately, we did roll the wrong unique there. So day number 4 was kicked off with another Master Clue, but as you can see, it was probably one of the worst ones we've had during the series thus far. And then afterwards, I did set my sights on the Fasani's Nightmare, where I needed to get myself any unique at all for a 250-point tile, which is where I spent the next 4 days of my life, knocking out just over 110 KC, where we finally received ourselves the Parasitic Egg to complete our 2nd tile of the event. And so, I'm not gonna lie here, guys, I was really hoping to tick off that tile with something sick like an orb or a piece of Inquisitor, but along the way we did actually knock out a few Master Combat tasks, and we did also grab the Sleepy Tablet on 149 KC, which finally allowed me to teleport pretty much directly to the Nightmare boss for the last 60 kills or so, instead of having to run all the way from the TOB bank every time. Then to wrap us up on days number 9 and 10, I did go back to doing a bit of Slayer, where unfortunately we didn't get ourselves any more superior Slayer uniques. However, we did finally get level 95 Slayer on the account, which like I mentioned earlier is definitely something I should have finished off months ago, but as I always say, better late than never. And speaking of which, after starting to hunt our first Hydra task from Konar, we did get ourselves level 99 defense as well. And of course, in true YouTuber fashion, I did miss the recording. And there was also a ton of other boss KCs that I did during the event with no luck, but despite that, it was a really good bingo, and I hope that everyone involved had a great time. And also, if you guys are wanting to potentially get involved in the next time that we do a bingo event, then feel free to join my Discord server, which will be linked down below. So before we wrapped up the event on the final day, I thought that it would only be fitting to try and knock out a few more master clues to see if we could end off the bingo with a little bit of a bang and grab the bloodhound. This one is going to be 246 in total, so 4 off the, being 1/4 of the drop rate to the bloodhound, so, and it is awful. Oh my, I mean, I don't know, I'm trying to find anything to sort of justify it being decent, but yeah, not really that great, is it? It's not really that amazing. And again, it has been quite a while since the last unique from a Master Clue as well, so that is pretty stinky. Either way, that is definitely enough milking, boys. We've got a pretty big turnout for this one. We've got quite a big crowd, so surely we're not going to let them down, right? And, oh my god, 106k. These are legit just getting worse and worse. Like, I don't remember my last good Master Clue. And, why do I even bother? Jesus, 106k and 158k. Are these some elite clues or something in disguise? Like, what the hell are those? That is awful. Like, those are the stinkiest clues I've ever had. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dear. And there it is, and it only took a few Konar tasks, but there are our first lot of Hydras, and I've never actually done Hydra before on any one of my accounts, so it is going to be a little bit of a learning experience, but from what I understand, with the T-bow, once I get the mechanics down, it should be pretty reclined. So it seems like it's a pretty common theme of this episode, but just like that, and there are 100 alchemical Hydras down already. And I forgot to mention earlier, but for the elite combat achievements, I do actually need to get myself 250 KC here. And also, I did actually get the Hydra's heads on 10 KC, but for some reason the recording corrupted. But other than that, no unique so far. And so a few hours later, and there was 150 KC out of the way, but yeah, still no uniques other than those heads, unfortunately. Hey, and there we go, finally, 116 KC, and there is the Hydra's Eye, which, if you guys that don't know, actually makes up 1/3 of the Brimstone Ring. So hopefully those other 2 parts don't take us too long, as the ring is actually quite useful in a couple of places for us. Are you actually having a laugh? That is the 3rd jar in total now this episode. And I mean, I did say earlier that maybe one day we'll go for every jar in the game, but at the same time, that is 4 times the drop rate of the leather and 2 times the drop rate of the Hydra's claws, so yeah, once again, I'm not too happy with that one. There we go, 250 Hydra KC now, and another master task out of the way. Hey, so not too long later, and there is the Hydra's Fang, so it's just 1 more piece to go now for the completed ring. Oh, man, so I thought the jar stung, but that is so much worse. Mainly because when I saw the loot beam, I assumed it was the leather, but unfortunately, those instead are 503 dragon knives, which I'm pretty sure that I'm never going to use anywhere. Well, I guess that makes up for the knives a little bit. There is the final piece that we needed for the Brimstone Ring. So I've never actually owned or used a Brimstone Ring before, but like I said, we are going to get some decent use out of this ring, as I'm pretty sure it is best in slot whenever I go and do Chambers of Xeric. See, all that we need now from Hydra is the leather and the claw, but I think I'm going to save that for a future episodes. I really want to smash out a couple more master clues. Yeah, here we go. This is going to be 251 in total. Oh, wow, that's actually hella rare. I was just saying that as well. Someone asked me, like, what do I need from Master Clues still? But that's actually sick. That's actually really rare as well. That's sick, man. I mean, I don't know how sort of, like, apparent these... Actually, you know what? That can go with the Fashionscape now. I mean, I've been looking for, like, a boot item or whatever. But yeah, I've had the Anku top in the bank since, like, 16 Master Clues or whatever. Where is it? Let's have a look here. But yeah, the reason why I don't use it is it doesn't really go with the rest of the outfit. But at least now we've got, like, the boots as well. That's actually really cool. Lovely stuff. Yeah, those are super rare as well. At least it wasn't a dupe. But yeah, I'll take that. Very cheeky. Either way we go, boys. Enough milking. 252. And it's going to be not too bad. 441k. A buttload of purple sweets again. I mean, I'm going to go back to Sarah very soon, so I kind of need more of those for the run energy. So, you know what? Not too bad. Not too shabby. Either way we go. And it is going to be, again, just pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. I mean, at least they're getting better. Like, I know some of the ones recently have been, like, absolute garbage, but you know what? That's a little bit better. A few more purple sweets as well. Dragon Halley. 254. So, yeah, we are, quarter of the drop rates of the pet now. And anything good? It is not good at all. Sarah, page 3. Bandos, page 4. It's not really what I was looking for there. I'm not going to lie. That was not worth the 30 minutes that it took to solve. That's it. I need some spicy clue items. There we go. We did get the Anku socks, though, like a few days ago, which isn't too bad. And these are pretty freaking rare. Like, Anku's actually quite rare for Master Clues, so pretty happy to have that. Either way, there's definitely enough milking. We've milked this one for way too long. This clue literally took me about an hour to do as well. All right, will it be worth it? Are you actually kidding me? What? How? Of all the other pieces I could have rolled, I got another pair of socks. Are you joking me? Oh my god, that is... Oh dear. You know how rare these things are as well? These things are, like, pretty much equivalent with their gilded from a Master Clue. It's like a 1 in 12k. Are you actually joking me? I literally got a pair like 5 clues ago. You know what? I'll take it. At least it's something, like, relatively interesting as opposed to all the garbage we've been getting. But, like... Yeah, I'll take it. That's the 3rd piece of Anku now. What the hell? Mate, I'm not dropping them. These are going straight into the bank. I'm getting the bank value. But you know what? I've got a nice placeholder at least. So sticking to the theme of finishing things off that I've been meaning to do for a while, to end off today's episode, I think that it's finally time that I stop being lazy and finish off the last 8 quests that I need for the Questscape. Which means that I can also go and do the Lummy and Draenor Elite Diary, so I'll no longer need to constantly carry around the Draymond staff with me. So fast forward a couple hours, and I thought I'd save the worst for last, but without a doubt, Rag and Bowman 2 is the worst quest in the game by an absolute mile. But there we go, guys. That is every single quest completed on the Ironman. And the cool thing is as well, that over all the years and all the accounts that I've played, I've never actually owned a Questscape before. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually so happy with that, and the cape has such a sick emote as well. But with that out of the way, it's time to quickly knock out the rest of the elite tasks for the diary. So as well as the 50k XP land, which I'm gonna chuck straight onto runecrafting, we now also get 33 Hyox per day with the Explorer's Ring, another slot for blocking Slayer tasks, and finally, but most importantly, we can now use the Fairy Rings without needing a Draymond staff anymore. And honestly, guys, I definitely should have done this way before completing nearly 3,000 clues in total on the account. But hey, as I always say, better late than never. And so with that goal out of the way, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap it up for today's episode of Hound Hunt. And for sure, not the best luck during today's episode, but I guess with the luck that we've had over the years on the account, I can't be too upset. And also, I quickly wanted to say, because it has been a little while since I've uploaded now, but I hope everyone had a really great festive period and also a very happy new year. And I'm not gonna lie, I've got some pretty big plans for the channel in 2022, so I can't wait to see where we can take things. Speaking of which, I have been trying to put as many hours into streaming as possible recently, and if you are watching this video on release, then I should be live doing some day 1 next over on my Twitch channel, so I'd love to see as many of you guys over there as possible. And of course, one last thing before we do go for today, a massive end of video shout out to the legends that are Iron Parkour, Betion, Hungry, Sunners, and also Towley. But until next time, guys, as always, stay safe and I'll see you very soon.